Hey guys, how are you today? I am back for my pregnancy update. I am doing 19 and 20 weeks. I'm actually in my 21st week. There's a lot to discuss. I'm doing really good. Where do I even start? I do want to start by saying, because I keep bringing this to the front of my mind, there was one night in my 19th week where I went to bed and I just felt this really uncomfortable feeling like underneath my belly button. So I don't know, like it freaked me out. There's one thing that freaks me out and it's the umbilical cord. I don't know why that freaks me out so much. Just like feeling it and I don't know, just something about it. I'm just not a fan of thinking about it. It stayed there pretty much all night. The next day I think it was gone, and it was only that one night that I felt it. It was very strange. I have found that in my 19-20 weeks that fatigue hit me quite hard, and it was funny because I was like on one of the online forums that I'm in, and they mentioned, is anyone else feeling tired around like the 21 weeks? And so many people were like, yes, I thought it went away. So that was really interesting to know that others have been feeling the same. It's not just me that needs to have a nap every day, it's a lot of other people. Oh my god, I've been hungry. It's quite odd because you know, you go through so much at the start where you're just like, I don't want to eat a thing, like don't even talk to me about food, and you're just like, what can I snack on? I fill up so quickly. The other day I had a bowl of pasta and I was about to explode. Like it was way too much, and I don't even, like I just can't eat as much as I used to, and it's just really frustrating because you're like, this is really good and this is how much I usually eat, I just can't do it. It's a strange thing to get used to. Once again, I'm sharing the heated throw rug with Miss Coco, so don't mind her. So I had my anatomy scan. Everything looked good. I was in there for probably like an hour. I had to go and empty my bladder, which honestly I felt like was full. She's like, oh, there's only like a quarter of a cup in there. I'm like, how? Like I've been going to the toilet a lot more frequently. Yeah, I had emptied my bladder and I jumped around because baby was asleep basically the whole time. So the scan wasn't that entertaining. It's probably more entertaining if your baby is awake and moving and you know, things like that. But she was kicking back, resting, relaxing. Her heart rate was 153 beats per minute. She didn't tell me the weight, but the weight was on the photo, so I'm hoping that is correct. It says 417 grams plus or minus 62 grams. Baby Center says that it's meant to be 360 grams. So it's probably like a little bit bigger. However, she did say that it is growing to, like, it's perfectly sized. She got all of her boxes ticked. The size estimation is to be born within 24 hours of my due date, which is great. I couldn't really ask for anything better than that. She was really lovely. She let me take a little video as well. Dean and I, this is the first time we've been affected by coronavirus. He wasn't able to come into the ultrasound or my obstetrician appointment afterwards, which is really sad, but it's just like you can't do anything. You just need to, you know, like if you need to have a cry about it, that's fine, but it is what it is. I asked when I came if he could come in, and I was told no, it's fine. It's just life at the moment. I do feel really sad for Dean because, you know, and all of the first time dads, because it's their baby too. You know, they helped make it, and, you know, he was there for 2.5 years waiting for this baby to come along. And he should be able to see that, but like, I mean, it is what it is. So afterwards I had my obstetrician appointment and they did my blood pressure. He didn't say if that was good or bad, but I'm guessing it was fine. Then they used the Doppler. There was actually a student who took my blood pressure and did the Doppler. The obstetrician, she gave me forms for my next 3 scans and also a blood test, I think at 26 weeks. I did forget to ask about the whooping cough and flu shot. I should have really asked about that, but I'm seeing a midwife in 4 weeks. And I mentioned about the endocrinologist at the appointment. Look, honestly, this appointment was booked like in the afternoon, or like the scan was at 2 and the other one was at 3. All morning I was so nervous and I was crying because of how anxious I was about if I had to say why I didn't want to see that endocrinologist again. And I was just I worked myself up over it so much. And they didn't even ask me. I just said, is there only one endocrinologist or is there another one that I can see? I just didn't really like the first one that I spoke to. And she said, oh, that's fine. There's just one guy. So just tell them that and book in with someone else. And that was it. Like, I couldn't believe it was that easy. Like, I didn't even have to say, like, anything. And like, I don't even know why I just get so upset over it. I don't know if it's my hormones or what. Like, it's just that the fact that he didn't take the time to get to know me or even see me to like say those things and then give me no information on how I can give him that result of only gaining 5 kilos in my pregnancy. Like, he just didn't say anything. He didn't say, oh, you know, here's all these tools you can have to do all this. Like, nothing, literally nothing. Just told me not to gain more than 5 kilos. Anyway, I've gained about 4 already. No one else has brought up my weight. Like, not like that. It's nice to know, I guess, the other doctors and everyone they're not worried about it, but whatever. So this morning I had my endocrinologist appointment booked. So this is kind of like a 21-week update as well. I've been still taking my levels and they're still around about 5, some under, some just over, like so I figured that I did need the insulin. And then they actually booked me in for the same endocrinologist when I called and said I'm waiting in the car, sorry about the sun. She's like, oh, he can give you a call. He does the phone consults. And I said, oh, I was actually told that I could do it in person and it would be with someone else. And she's like, oh, let me just give you a call back. So she gave me a call back and said that they're just waiting for the other endocrinologist to come in. And then we just did a phone consult when I was in the car. She gave me a script for my insulin, which I had to go get. Then booked me in for like an information session on how to inject the insulin, which I went to as well. I forget the name of the insulin I'm on. It starts with a P. Anyway, I've got it all now. That was a drama to get that. Went to one pharmacy. They're like, oh, you need to go to the other one to get it because we didn't have any in stock. And then I walked there, so it was like, and I had to walk back with this big box because they're like big boxes of insulin and they go to give you 5 and you don't actually need 5. But anyways, it's all sorted and I can start my insulin tonight. So I just have to have it before bed, and it's one that works slowly. It should last around like 8-9 hours kind of thing. So it should fix me up overnight. And as long as like I'm not getting up like late, like, you know, 10, 11, 12 in the morning, like I should be fine. So yeah, that's really good. I've got that under control and everything's going really good. Like, this is kind of like a 21-week thing, but I've started feeling her. I'm gonna cry. Oh, Penny. Sorry, these are like such happy tears. Like, I don't even know why I'm crying. It's so silly. I always cry when I do these bloody updates and I hate it. Up to 19 weeks, I'd only felt like a few little like flutters. Like, I think I described them to you before as like indigestion, but down lower. And I'd have like a few cramps and things. And then it was the end of 20 weeks and I started feeling, because a few people said that it feels like popping sensation. And I started to feel a few of them and I'm like, I can't tell if that was it. Like, it just happened so quickly and then it stops. But I'm pretty sure that it was. And then it was definitely the night before. And then last night, Dean and I were watching something on the couch and I just started to feel these kind of, they feel like little thuds. Like, I don't know how to describe them, but the popping turned to actual, like, it's actually kicking. Like, I can definitely feel her. I'm like, oh, Dean, see if you can feel it. And he only lasted like a minute. And then this morning she was even stronger. It's so crazy how quickly that developed from a little bit of popping that I wasn't even sure about to, oh yeah, that's it. Like, that is it. And it's just exciting. Like, I can't wait till Dean can feel her, and then like even seeing kicks from the outside, like, oh, I'm so excited. Like, Because for so, you know, so long, like halfway through your pregnancy, you're just like, is this a myth? Am I even pregnant? Did they just like put up a recording on the ultrasound? Is that even my baby? You know, like it's just, you don't even know because you can't feel anything apart from all of these crazy, weird, wonderful symptoms. So it's nice to actually know that you're not crazy and you even feel them. Oh, Cokie. I also need to stop buying clothes because I have bought so many already. I don't know if we're gonna have a baby shower. I don't know. We're in the middle of, we're not even in the middle. We're like 1 week in, are we even 1 week in? I don't know, to a 6-week lockdown in Victoria. So hopefully we can get our shit together and by the end of the 6 weeks, we can have mainly kicked coronavirus to the curb. As I said in previous entries, like our town is actually pretty safe. Our numbers have gone up a little bit, but it's nothing like Melbourne, but we are wearing masks everywhere. So that's not exactly fun, but it has to be done. I just find that I sweat so much underneath my mask. It's awful. I actually want to film a whole video on being pregnant in a pandemic, but it is a different time to get pregnant. And I was talking to Dean about it the other day and I said, you know, at the start of all this, and I've seen it from other people, when people announce their pregnancies, people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you get pregnant in a pandemic, and it's like, well, it's now August, we're in another lockdown, it ain't going anywhere, and for us personally, we were already trying so long, we're not gonna put it off because who knows when it's gonna end. People can't just stop your life. It's not like you can't give birth to a baby because you can. I'm gonna try and like stay in between the shade. But yeah, there was a bit of like negative attention around pregnancies and getting pregnant during this time. But I say, effort, if you wanna get pregnant, if you wanna try, don't let coronavirus stop you. Like, we need to look at this long term. It's not going anywhere, which like it sucks. Like obviously it sucks, but it's to protect those who are vulnerable, like the elderly and those with low immunity. We've just got to do the best we can for them. I would show you my bump, but I've got this really, like, this is actually a crop top and like my guts is out because I've got jeans on. I might go put a skirt on and then show you, because I know so many people like to see it. And there she is. I don't know if you can even see that properly. Excuse all the mess on the couch. Coco's toys. There she is. That's 21 weeks for you. I think that is it for today's update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're having a wonderful day and I will see you next time. Bye.